Hello everyone, this is Plankera, and welcome to my universe. Today, I'm going to continue rigging Shalom from Path to Nowhere. So I was just taking a look around this morning, and I think everything's looking pretty good. A couple of areas I want to touch up, as usual, but shouldn't actually be that hard. Just a couple of little areas here and there that I thought need to move over a little bit. Like the shadow area there, I thought, this is maybe a little bit too far to the left. Looks a little bit better. Yeah, and I pull it over like that. And then I'll just continue making the small adjustments there, and once I'm happy, I'm gonna go do a little bit on the very top of her head. But those are the only real things that I had problems with, and oh my throat is all clogged with something. Give me a moment. Okay, I'm not sure what that was, but it's gone now, so here we are. At least I hope it's gone now. Yeah, I think that's much better. Looks good when moving from up here. Alright. Just a little bit there, and just get everything good to go. So yesterday I started the new Path to Nowhere event, and it's a hella event. So I'm happy. Hella's great. She's probably my favorite. So I'm always happy to see events centered around her. Just all very silly. Corin is pretty great too, but, you know, Hella just has a tendency to upstage everyone for me, so I've been having a good time. I wasn't able to read very much of it yesterday, but I at least got started. Pretty happy with things so far. Only read, I think I only did like the first 4 stages. So like I said, not very far into it at all, but Ella continues to steal the show in any event she's in, as always. And she tends to pair well with, like, just about anyone, so. Corin is no exception here. The last scene I was able to read was Hella being all brave and heroic, and Corin just trying to jump over the fence and get out of there without being noticed. Oh, poor Hella looks so betrayed. Honestly, I think that just goes to show how much better her life is than it was. Because it's like, now she can actually, like, trust people. When that wasn't really a given at the start of the main story. So I thought that was actually pretty cute. Of just the nature of what that means. But that's about as far as I've gotten so far. I look forward to seeing where it goes. I'm enjoying the aesthetic so far. I wish they went a little bit harder on Corin's accent. It felt like they only went about halfway on the cowboy accent. Just a little bit sad, but I guess I don't blame them. Alright. Looking good there, so now I'm gonna go turn off the body. Alright. I'm just gonna have a floating head for a little bit. Well, I see what I need to change in the hair that goes over her shoulder. We'll see how much of it I actually need to change. So far, I'm not actually sure, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and turn on all of the layers. Except this couple of loose strands here and there. Those I'll keep off. Let's turn the body back on while I look at this. Because I'm not actually sure if I need to change much at all here. I probably need to just go over it and make sure that nothing's like super crunchy, but in terms of movement... Yeah, in terms of movement, I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't think I have to change much at all. Let me see, when I go from the center out to the side here, I kind of feel like it's moving up a little bit too much. Which probably means it's moving up a little bit too much here. Let me actually stare at this considerably before I start jumping into it, because if I'm wrong, that's a lot of stuff I have to fix. Or if I'm right, rather. If I'm right, it is a lot of stuff I need to fix, so I definitely want to make sure that is the case. And if I'm wrong about being... Or if I'm... Yeah. Wrong about being right, then... That's also a lot of stuff I have to fix, so... If I... do this wrong, then I have to go back and fix it again. That's a lot of stuff I'm gonna have to fix up. So I really want to make sure that I have it all right. All straight in my head. Okay, so now that I'm looking a little bit more closely, I think the tips might be moving upward enough. It's this part right here in particular that I feel like is moving a little bit too much. Or maybe just the tips relative to that part that's not moving quite right. Just zoom in a little bit here. Like I said, I really, really want to make sure that it is actually moving too much before I jump into how to fix it. Okay. Yeah, I think it might be moving up a little bit too much. So that's actually something that I want to fix on the upward head. Let's take a look here. Exactly how do I want... How far up should this be going? I can still see her chin. Ooh, that's tricky. Because it's like, this looks okay. This looks okay to me. But for whatever reason, this looks like it's moving a lot more than it should. Why? I want to answer that question before I actually start moving things. Because if I understand that, there are higher odds that I will get a good result. And that I won't waste a bunch of time flailing. Why does it look so much worse? Like this. That is indeed tricky. Because it's another case of... From center to side, it's fine. From center to top, I think it's fine. From side to top, I think it's fine. From top to side, I think it's fine. But for whatever reason, going from center to top side... Not quite doing it. Okay. I think I have something I want to try that just involves editing this area here. So I'll try that first, before I do something drastic and just, like, redo the entire thing on every head angle I've done so far. Because that sounds pretty drastic. So it's like I took a good look around. And it's like all of this is still a little bit messy, but I don't know. I felt like this area might have been a little bit high and this area might have been a little bit high. But everything else looked pretty okay. So I figured I'd start there. And I gotta say, not bad. So far, so good. Okay, yeah, that helped a lot, actually. Just a couple of minor adjustments here and there. Okay. I am now suddenly far less concerned. So I think I can just go through and clean that up and everything else looks okay to me. You know, maybe little spots over here that need just a touch of cleaning, but for the most part it just was this area right here. Over here I think it's pretty okay. But for that, I do want floating head mode. Let's go. I think I'm gonna get... There's like a loop here somewhere. What layer are you? There you are. Okay. I want to get rid of that for now. Okay. So now I'll just go in and straighten out this strand, and we'll go from there. But yes, I think after a bit of staring and just trying one little thing there, thinking really hard about what I needed to do, I think I have a result that I like. So, boy, did I need to think about that. Because there was just something that was very wrong. Like I said, when I went from the center to the side and the center to the top, totally fine. The transition looked great. The movement looked very convincing. When I went from the side to the top, still fine. Top to the side, still fine. Center to the top right, no. No, it wasn't working. So that was a bit of a conundrum there, but I think I got it. Alright, okay, that looks pretty straightened out, I think. Let's take a look. The strand, yes, there's still a couple of things in this big clump that runs into the strand that I want to fix, but strand itself, looking pretty okay. Let me actually just add this floof on over on the side a little bit more, just to make it look a little bit nicer when it's turning from the top. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit nicer. Just gotta get that to play nicely with the right head turn. It might mean moving some stuff on the right head turn. But that little edit definitely made it look better when I moved it over from the top to the top right. So I'd like to keep it. Just smoothing it out now. So let's see if I can make these play together a little bit more nicely. We'll just send this up very, very slightly. I don't mind it showing a little bit more of this light area underneath when the head moves up. I think that makes sense. But I felt like the effect was a little bit too strong. The way it was before, but now it's looking better. Still look fine here? Yep. Looks great. Okay. Now it's just... I want to line up the bottom of the strand, especially this corner, with the top right now. I'm also taking a look at some of the shadow parts up here, and making sure that those are all lining up correctly too. Right now it looks like they're not quite. They're close. They just need to be straightened out. Just a couple of spots that looked a little bit crunchy to me. But I think even that should be enough to fix it. Close. Very, very close. Just looked like it was getting stuck or something. Yeah, there we go. Now they're all moving at the same appeared distance. Okay, now let's get that little corner. Just right through here. Send the angle down a little bit, make it a little bit longer. And just trying to make it a little bit, kind of, a little bit rounder there. It's getting a little bit squished. Okay, and I think I want to round out over here too. This is an upward head turn. That means I get to make things as round as I want, and it makes sense. I was thinking about my own art the other day, and I think it's funny, for as much as I like to make things round when I'm rigging, when I'm actually drawing, I actually use a lot more straights than I thought I did. I paid a little bit more attention to it the past probably week or so, and I especially noticed it when I was looking at the past couple of speed paints that I did and some stuff that I drew during Inktober. And in the hair, especially, of just how straight my hair is. I never really noticed it before. I always thought that I had it moving around a lot more, but it actually noticing that did a lot to help me make my hair look a little bit less stiff. I think I was able to implement that a little bit more than I normally would on my illustration of Zero. And so her back hair especially, that's where I really noticed it, ended up being a lot better. And so I kind of hope to take that knowledge into my future drawings. I've said it before, sometimes you just gotta notice there's a problem. And then you can start identifying what to do about it. Took me a little while to realize that my hair was not quite as round and fluffy as I had initially thought. And that is something that rigging a model like this helped me do, since this is pretty far outside my usual art style. probably don't need to be as precise with this as I'm being. It's not like this is near her face, but it's fine. I want to make it nice. The little bits of hair going over the shoulder have a whole bunch of interesting little shapes in them, so they're fun to play with. Legitimately, they are quite fun to play with. Part of me is almost a little bit sad that they're not moving that much, so I don't have a good excuse to just mess with it. Yeah, there we go. I think that's looking pretty good. Now let me just clean up the areas right over here. Let me see. Okay, I had to refresh myself on exactly what I wanted to fix in that area. But I think I remember now. It's honestly not very much. I think it's mostly looking fine. Just a couple of spots here and there. I want to make sure that this highlight is pretty straight. Not looking all crunchy. Gives me a pretty good indicator of where I should put things. Because if I start pulling things too far, then it's just gonna squirm all over the place and not look happy at all. I'd rather avoid that if I can. I want all my little vertex friends to be happy and be in good spots. Now I'm just taking a quick look at this little loop here. Just making sure it's all nice and straightened out. It had a couple of problems, but I think it's doing better now. Yeah, much better, definitely. Now I'm just taking a look at where it connects back onto this bigger strand here. I think it was the airport head turn, said that it wasn't quite in the right place. So, I wanted to take a look at that. Okay, and now it's doing better. Alright, let's straighten out this bottom piece, and that will be the last thing I need to do over here, I think. And then I'll just check the other strand over here, the other little clump that goes over her shoulder. Then I'll have some nice hair. Always nice when that works out. The interpolation really helped me out this time. Seemed to know exactly what to do here. I guess these areas didn't move quite as much, so it's okay. I can just never remember what layer this is. So I get a little bit lost. I guess it makes sense. It's like if these areas weren't moving as much, it probably means that I didn't spend quite as much time on them, so I just don't have the layer order completely memorized like I do for the areas that I spent more time on. After a while, I just kind of started learning where the layers were. Didn't have the opportunity here. Didn't get to know these vertices quite as well. But it's okay. I'm sure we can still be friends. Well, it's almost the weekend. So I'll do another speed paint on Saturday. I had been thinking about what I wanted to do for that. I was thinking about just continuing with last year's Inktober prompts, but I've had an idea that's been sitting in my head for a while that I just haven't really had a chance to draw yet. And the main reason is because it was drawing of Golan from Path to Nowhere. And I'd been a little bit afraid of trying to draw specific characters. So it's like I have a very limited amount of time to draw those. They are pure speed paints. Sometimes it can take me a little bit of time to get a specific kind of face drawn. Like I said, I'm feeling kind of ambitious this weekend, so I think I'm going to give it a try. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if it looks like her. Give me just a second, I need to clear my throat again. Just a little bit flummy this morning, I guess. But yes, I think I will try to do a quick drawing of Golan. Her face seems relatively simple and her hair is very cute, so I've been kind of wanting to draw that. It's been sitting in my head, and it's the kind of drawing where if I am able to get her face looking like her quickly, then I can get the rest of it done pretty quickly. So I am gonna give it a try. Gonna do something new this weekend. Very exciting. And it's like, man, if I can do that, then that opens up all sorts of possibilities for the stuff that I can draw very quickly. Honestly, it'd be pretty exciting. I've always been a bit of a slow drawer, so being able to draw these things quickly is honestly just very exciting to me. Just things I never thought possible. And if I can do that, then, oh man, it completely opens up the kind of requests I can take. Probably still be mostly headshots. Getting an entire character design down would be another complexity, layer of complexity, but we'll see how ambitious I feel. Well, and with that, I think we have some over-the-shoulder hair done. So I can go turn her body back on. And there we go. Looking good. Let's do the strands. I've actually already done quite a lot of them. So that's pretty cool too. I guess I'll do the ones that I already have on. Which again, I've already done quite a lot of those. This one already looks fine, and this one looks fine. This one needs some work. But, yeah, the ones that I have on there are already looking pretty good. Nice. Man, I feel like everything is just coming together for this one. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this little back loop looking good. So let's see, where does it connect? Kinda right in there. Which means it's actually not quite the right place on the right head turn here. So I should fix that before I go into the upper right. This way I can let the interpolation help me out a little bit too. Alright, let's take a look at that. Maybe sticking out a bit more than I think is good. Let's see, is it connecting on top right? I think it's at the right point, but I think the angle is wrong, which is probably why the rest of it looks like it's sticking out a little bit too much. Let's get that angle correct. It's getting there. I'm actually going to zoom in here, so this way I can focus on the angle itself. So this is definitely a game of angles. Where not only do I want it to connect at the right place at the bottom here, but I want the angle where it comes out of her head, the rest of her hair, to look about the same as it does here. It's pretty straight. And here, where it comes out of her back hair here, kinda just... probably a little bit more like this, actually. I'll need to straighten that out a little bit, but let's see how that looks now. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, let's do the final little bit of angle adjustment. It is a lot better, but there's still a couple of little things that I want to adjust. And then I can make it look pretty. Alright, let's go make it look pretty. I think that's good. I think this is the last strand that I have on screen that I have not yet adjusted. So after that, I can go start turning them on one by one. I'm just looking like at this and I'm like, oh man, are we gonna have a completed head turn today? We might. We might have one more completed one, and then I can start the adventure of the lower left one. I am very scared of doing the lower left one. There's the way her head, when you go from this, like when I go from here down, totally fine. When I go from here to the left, totally fine. When I go from here to the lower left, her head shrinks, and it looks very silly. So that's something I'm gonna have to figure out. It just looks so silly. Okay, back to what I was doing. I should finish this head turn before I start worrying too much about those ones. Gotta live in the present, don't you know? Why is her ear going down? I do not think her ear should be going down on this turn. Okay. Is that happening over here too? Oh, it is. Huh. Did I do that on purpose? Well, I don't think it should be going down, and I think it looks better like this, so, okay. I'll roll with it. I'm not sure what happened. I'll pretend like it was intentional and I just changed my mind. It does happen sometimes. It was either me or it was the computer, so... It's fine. Alright. So once again, where does this connect? Well, first, now that I'm looking a little bit more closely here, this is also not attaching to quite the right spot. There we go. So I guess I should fix that first. since I am indeed trying to look for where a strand attaches to that specific spot. Okay, so now that I think I have it in a good spot, I will start trying to get it to connect to the right areas, which I think it does, like right there. And I guess due to the nature of this angle, the strand will not be showing very much at all. That's okay. It will just live quietly behind her head. It's a good spot for this little strand. Right where it belongs. Alright, I think that's looking pretty good. Let's see how it looks in motion. After all, how it looks in motion is the most important part. And I think it's looking pretty good. Let's see, I think I want to make a correction right over here, though. I kind of feel like some of these textures up here are sliding downward. And it's causing certain parts to look a little bit strange. Little strand coming off of it might also be in a bad spot. Yeah, I think I need to... Let me see, is the bottom of the strand in a good place? Okay, yeah, I think I need to push that entire little tiny strand a little bit higher up here. Where is that? There it is. So just grab the whole thing and move it up here a little bit. There we go. Okay. Looking good. Alright, let's turn on some more strands. Oh wait, which one did I just turn on? Shoot, I lost sight of it. Probably this one? Yeah, I think it was that one. Honestly, it's looking pretty okay. I think I just want to adjust the very bottom of it just a tiny little bit. But I feel like this one's already mostly in place. Interpolation helping me out again. I'll take it. Okay, so next one. Already looks fine. I don't think I need to change anything at all. Cool. Well, that was the easiest bit of rigging I've had to do in a while, so here we go. Let's do the next one. This one I think I need to change just a little bit. Once again, the interpolation on point. Knew exactly what to do here. Yeah, look at that. It's great. Okay, next one. Okay, little strand down there. This one doesn't have a lot going on, so I expect it to be fine. Yep, don't think I need to change anything. Okay, that I gotta take a look at it with the body off. So we'll go back into floating head mode for a little bit here. This time I only have a little bit to change. It's in here somewhere. Where'd it go? There it is. Just a tiny little bit. A little bit too high now. So I'll adjust that just a little bit more. Just like, shoot, which layer are you? Where'd you go? You were just here. Okay. Yeah, this is going super fast. We'll see how long the back hair takes. The back hair can be a bit of a nightmare sometimes. But it's like, man. Today, the interpolation just said, you know what? I feel like just making everything work. So you don't even have to try. And it's wonderful. I'm so happy. Okay, so for this one, I just want to slide the shadow up a little bit. Hello there, Johnny. How are you doing today? And yes, for once I actually do feel like I'm speed. Normally I'm very, very slow. But I will take it. Okay, maybe I slid it up a little bit too much. Oh no. Yeah, just a little bit. Go ahead and bring it back down. It's alright. Still a little bit too much. See, what I'm looking at here is, when I move it a little bit too much, it looks like it's kind of stretching out. And I don't want to look like her hair is stretching. I just want it to look like it's moving upward. And that's good to hear, Johnny. Even if the day isn't special, as long as it's a pretty good day, it's a pretty good day. Well, thank you. I had a lot of fun drawing it. We get the results in, like, what, a week? A little bit more. So, that's exciting. Looking forward to seeing all the other ones that place. I've taken a look at what I could find on the tag, but I get the feeling that's not everyone. Just because I have no idea how to use Twitter. Alright, there we go. Now I pushed it up the right amount. No, wait, is that the last strand? I think it actually is. Okay, cool. Time for the back hair. And look, all the parts that I don't like are nice and covered up. But, I will have to pay attention to them to a degree. Just to make sure that things look good when I put the physics on. So let's, go ahead and hide her side bangs. So that this way I can easily take a look here. There's like a little strand here somewhere. It's this one, right? No. That one. Okay. Just so I can see a little bit more clearly. Just because I know that if I don't get this looking right now, when it comes time to add hair physics, I'm going to be suffering. I will have to fix it then, and I will be sad. So, I'll just go ahead and fix it now. Fix it all up now. And just get all this stuff done here. But yeah, it really is looking like I'm gonna have a completed head turn today. I mean, we'll see how long I mess around with these highlights. Just, for whatever reason, the highlights on this side of her back hair just always give me so much trouble. So we'll see how much I need to flail with them today. The mesh here is a little bit messy. My past self was not very precise with it. Exactly. Unfortunately, no, the future self is my present self, and I'm having to deal with it. I didn't expect to be moving it quite as precisely as I am. It's just something to learn for the future. Information that my even further future self will get to have. So that this way I don't make the same mistakes again. And then I can go even faster and make even more models. Alright, let's take a look. See if I have everything moving roughly the way I want it to. I mean, honestly, yeah. I think this is probably fine. Especially since most of it is covered up by hair anyway. Okay. Well, I think that's all looking pretty good. So there we go. The entire upper half is complete. Now I can spin her head around. Okay. So that means it's time to look at the lower left, and, oh, that's gonna be a bit special. I was describing it a bit earlier, but when I go to the left, looks fine. When I go down, looks fine. When I go from here, in the center, down to the lower left, her head shrinks and it looks very silly. Incredibly silly. So I need to figure out why that's happening, and how I'm gonna fix it. So for that, I think I want to go bald. So probably something in her jaw. Can't imagine what else it would be. Let's go ahead and hide the headline while I mess with that. Let's see, how do I have the jaw and the turns that are all looking good? Okay, I have some ideas. I think I just need to bring out this side a little bit more. Put a little bit more space between her eyes and the edge of her jaw here. Give her some actual cheek area. I know, she looks amazingly good bald, doesn't she? The art style in this game looks great, no matter what kind of silly things you do with it. Let's hide her nose for a second, too. Just get the shape of her head right. Gotta go full-on egg mode here to really be able to see what I'm doing and try to fix the weirdness going on in the shape of her jaw that's making her head shrink. Okay, let's see. Am I making her head too fat here? Maybe. Yeah. That's quite a jump from here to here. Let me see. How am I doing overall, though? Okay, this doesn't look like it's shrinking quite as hard. But from here to here, definitely needs a little bit of work. And I think I'm going to be... Let me see. How do I want her chin to be moving? Let me think about how I want to approach this turn here. So with it here, do I want her to tuck her chin down? Yeah, probably. Okay. So when I say tuck her chin downward, I think that I want the chin to kind of be moving this way a little bit. Kind of closer to the edge of her neck. And we'll go ahead and push some of this back just a little bit there. So I think the easiest way to tell that I've done it right is how it looks from going from left to lower left. I can see some of that shadows hanging off there, but don't worry about it. I will fix that a little bit later. Okay. So much like I did with the upward head turn here, where I kind of have her tilting her head back. You can kind of see with the way her chin moves. I think here the chin is going to be moving a little bit closer to her neck. Which means... it probably changes her eyes somewhat. I'm trying to picture it all in my head here. So that means that this side is probably going to be a little bit lower. Wrong one. Oops. There we go. I did something there, I'm not quite sure what, but, whatever it was not what I meant to do, so... Okay, her eyes are gonna look a little funny for a second, don't worry about it. But yeah, I think that's the general gist of what I want to happen. So now how does her face change when I do that? I think I'm actually going to go back to how it was at the beginning here. I don't think I had a clear enough vision in my head to jump into that. But now I do. So let's try again. Okay, so... the lump from her brow should be more like right here. This part of her head should be going back. Do not mind how large it is. She needs space for her big brain, you know? Don't worry about it. It's gonna be covered with hair later. She's not gonna be bald forever. Okay, then we see a little bit of cheek here. And her chin should be coming a little bit further this way. Yeah. Yep, there's enough room for all three of those parts in there right now. Probably even more. But it's okay, it'll be covered by hair. And I don't think I'm gonna do a bald toggle. It would be a lot of extra work. Okay, I'm gonna turn her nose back on. Like, I know it's gonna look really wrong for a while, but, let's actually turn her hair back on, too. Just so I can see if it's moving the way that I want. Let's see, I think her mouth needs to move to the side a bit. So this will be a day where I do mostly big picture stuff. Just kind of get myself set up for everything that's gonna need to happen. And, we're making everything nice. Just get all the ideas down. Gotta start somewhere. And somewhere always looks a little bit silly. I do think the most important first step is just actually figuring out how to make it so that it does not look like her head is collapsing on itself. It is not getting smaller, it is just moving. Alright, let's turn the hair back on again. We're gonna leave the ears off, though. I'll worry about the ears a bit later. Okay, might have to do a bit of rotation in the nose, but I think everything else is looking okay-ish. Mouth might need to move over to the side a little bit more. Probably does, actually. Let's see how I'm doing. From here down to here. It's definitely better. Alright, let's move the mouth over a little bit more. Try to line it up with where I want her chin to be going. The nose as well. Nose might need to rotate a little bit. I'm gonna try to avoid it, just because it adds like a whole layer of complication I'm not sure I want to deal with, but it is a thought in my head, and it is something that I can do if I want. Okay, I don't like the way the right eye is moving. So I'm gonna go ahead and push it back up a little bit. Let's see, 29, 0. Looking at the numbers on how I was transforming the eye, just transitioning it to the side, and I'm wondering if I need to move it over a little bit more. I don't think I do. Looks a lot less squishy than it did before. It's like, this is how it was before. Roughly. So I've already made some progress there. This is why normally I stick with just pure egg mode. But, man. I think I'll have to think about exactly what I want to be doing with this. So I think I will do that tomorrow. I think I'll stop there. It's like I finished this one. Finally got all her cut through all that hair. Just gotta go through the hair 2 more times. Almost there, man. Oh yes, I think I will stop there for today. So, thank you all for coming. If you'd like me to take a look at your own creative projects, whether that be art, writing, coding, game design, or any creative pursuit you can think of, feel free to message or add me on the social media platform of your choice, and I'll take a look, maybe leave some comments. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.